Hey, what is going on, everyone in the XRP community? Hope you guys are having yourselves a fantastic day today as usual. So this is breaking news as of recording this video, 30 minutes old, from the James K. Fillon Twitter account. The SEC has filed its opposition to Ripple's motion to strike new expert materials. Yes, the Ripple case is almost done. Good God, I wish the SEC would just kindly fuck off, accept that they lost, and just move on with what they got going on with Ethereum, Uniswap, and the MetaMask wallet. I mean, come on. It's like they had a nice 3-year run with Ripple. They tried every trick in the book. It didn't go through. They lost. They're just not willing to accept it. It's just not willing to accept the fact that they lost. But it's like, you know what? Now that they have the whole entire ETH conspiracy to go after now, you know what? Maybe that's better for our lawsuit. I'm just going to say, because of all the shit talking we got from the ETH folk, including Vitalik Buterin and Joe Lubin from Consensus, and all the Consensus fellas wearing the, hashtag XRP the security t-shirt. Oh, look at me. XRP the security. Yeah. Who's got a lawsuit now, buddy? Who's got a lawsuit now? So, just saying, try not to be spiteful and hating and revengeful, but I'm just saying, for all the shit talking we got, when we got our lawsuit, I'm just saying, maybe the fact that the SEC is now diving full deep, going balls deep into the Ethereum case now, maybe that kind of makes the SEC go, okay, fuck this little XRP lawsuit, whatever. Let's go after the big whale, the Ethereum one, right? Honestly, in my opinion, I think the SEC, they probably got a lot more financial opportunity going after Ethereum than they do the XRP case. But again, that's just my opinion. Anyways, enough babbling. Let's go ahead. Let's read through this thing. I'm going to give you guys a warning. I am no Jeremy Hogan, John Deaton, James K. Fillon. I am not a legal person. I do not have a bar card. I'm not a lawyer, but we're going to go ahead and just kind of read through this thing and see what the SEC is saying. This is going to be a live reaction. I have not read anything of this. So, yeah, sit back, relax, grab a coffee, energy drink, beer, whatever you prefer. And let's go ahead and get through this thing. So I imagine the beginning is going to be all stuff we pretty much know. So the first part is like, okay, dear Judge Netburn, the Securities and Exchange Commission opposes defendant Ripple Labs. Okay, honestly, this first one, screw this first one. It's just like, we already know this. Okay, and then background, the SEC submitted the Fox Declaration to aid the court, presenting essentially 3 calculations that 1, summarize parts of Ripple's financial records, 2, summarize parts of Ripple's sales records, and 3, show the amount of pre-judgment interest that has accrued on Ripple's ill-gotten gains. Oh, ill-gotten gains. Oh, interesting. Ethereum disguised whales? Oh, no, don't look at that. Look at the Ripple ill-gotten gains. Piece of shit. With one minor exception, the Fox Declaration summarized only documents produced or served by Ripple, including Ripple's audited financial statements, interrogatory answers, and certain sales records. Before the onset of remedies phase discovery, the parties contemplated the SEC would use a summary witness to support its remedies brief. In the joint proposal to the court on remedies discovery, the SEC advised that it could use, quote, the declaration of a summary witness to support its remedies briefing. In response, Ripple reserved its rights to, quote, seek discovery, including a deposition of that summary witness. Okay, I think there's a lot of, let's get to something important here. Ripple never sought any deposition of either the anticipated summary witness or of the commission under whatever. Similarly, Ripple served no written discovery. Okay, there's a lot of babbling here. Is this just all legal documents? Are the beginning of them just always just pointless? Like, okay, nor did it request any other disclosures of witness, including summary witness or documents. All Ripple did was wait and then file its motion to strike. The court should not reward this kind of gambit. Should not reward this kind of gambit? Take a look in the fucking mirror, you prick. What? Oh, all Ripple did was wait and then file this motion to strike. The court should not reward this kind of gambit. Yeah, SEC, I remember you guys submitting incredibly rude and offensive filings back in the day where the judge was asking something of you and you responded with a one-line response and that was it. Yeah, maybe they don't reward that kind of gambit. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I fucking hate these guys so much, dude. I swear to God. All right. The Fox Declaration is permissible summary evidence. Honestly, I'm not going to be reading this. Okay. Fox. Let's see. I'm trying to find something where we can actually. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure this gets to a point where it's like a 1, 2, 3 what the SEC is trying to counter Ripple's saying. So, unable to identify an actual opinion within the Fox Declaration, Ripple grasps at individual words and strains to misconstrue the Fox Declaration as expert testimony. Yeah, because it's this whole case has just been, oh my God, Ripple's wrong and the SEC's right. When it comes to actual legality and court rulings, it's been the other way around. So it's kind of funny. ill-gotten gains, should not reward this kind of gambit. Oh, God, guys, I'm just tired of this SEC garbage. Thank God this stuff is almost done, right? We're getting final judgment at some point here. Jeez. Okay, so Ripple the deceivers, okay, they grasp at individual words and strains to misconstrue the Fox Declaration as expert testimony. Ripple makes 4 meritless claims. First, that the Fox Declaration constitutes expert testimony because Fox reviewed Ripple's financial records and formed an understanding of what the documents state on their face. But how else could a summary witness summarize documents but then review them and form an understanding of what they say? Oh, I don't know, use your brain maybe? Courts, of course, recognize that summary witnesses form understandings of the documents and make make inferences. Okay, inferences. These words are kind of small on my screen. Inferences and assumptions about the documents they summarize. Summary witnesses who pull together massive quantities of data customarily make assumptions. So as long as they are disclosed and reasonably drawn from the data being summarized, the use of assumptions is appropriate and does not convert the summary evidence into expert testimony. Moreover, leaving data out of a summary that is either confusing or incomplete is, quote, an entirely appropriate response by a summary witness. Okay. Overruling defendant's objection that summary witness manipulated data by omitting certain unclear data from summary charge. Second, Ripple argues that Fox uses her accounting knowledge to understand its financial records, including that the line item, quote, cost of revenue in Ripple's audited financial statements means Ripple's cost of revenue. But what is included in cost of revenue is clear from the face of the financial statements as well as made explicit in Ripple's expert reports. Fox merely uses Ripple's own definition of its cost of revenue from its financial statements, as explained by Ripple's expert. Okay. So, using terms directly from the evidence summarized, quote, does not reflect the use of expertise to opine upon the evidence. Notably, Ripple does not argue cost of revenue in its financial statements means something other than the plain meaning of the words or as displayed on the face of the financial records. Declaration was not an expert report, and noting defendants did not complain of inaccuracies in the declaration. Third, Ripple argues the Fox Declaration makes substantive decisions about which categories of expenses to include in her net gain calculations. Ripple here ignores that Fox states she deducted expenses as instructed, quote, at the direction of the SEC counsel. At the direction of counsel, I calculated the cost of the institutional sales based on 2 sets of data. And Ripple ignores that Fox explicitly deducted what Ripple identified as its cost of revenue rather than make independent accounting judgments. For Fox's calculation, too, she merely included the information specifically tagged by Ripple's accountant as relating to XRP sales, not because she used any expertise in deciding to do so, but because the SEC's counsel asked her to conduct that specific calculation for the court. Far from exercising her own accounting expertise, Fox explicitly relies on the information as presented by Ripple's accountants in Ripple's financial statements. Fourth, Ripple claims that Fox offers a detailed analysis of what she believes was the pecuniary harm to certain institutional buyers. Again, Ripple ignores the language of the declaration, which makes explicit that the types of transactions included in Fox's summary were, on the instructions of the SEC counsel, that the categorization of certain sales as institutional sales were understood from the SEC counsel, and that she used those spreadsheets provided by the SEC counsel. Contrary to Ripple's claim, Fox does not opine or express a belief that the amounts she calculated constituted pecuniary harm. Instead, she declares SEC counsel have informed me that the SEC will argue that there was pecuniary harm and that at the request of the counsel, she calculated the certain amount certain institutional buyers paid above the price offered to other institutional buyers. See, this is the bullshit they're going after. They're going after this like, they, the 41 financial institutions that purchased XRP from Ripple, they could have lost money. Some of them got discounts, but some of them didn't actually. Well, it's like, you know what? All 41 institutions, okay, Mr. I protect investors. Yeah, all of those investors made money. All those investors made money on their XRP purchases. So now they're just, they are going down this path of the, they could have lost money though, like in an infinite parallel universe, they could have lost money. It doesn't matter, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Why are they doing this childish shoulda, coulda, woulda? They didn't lose money. Okay? And then different institutions, they bought XRP at different prices. Big fucking deal. It's absolutely ridiculous, the delusion of this organization, dude. God. I mean, seriously, the amount certain institutional buyers paid above the price offered to other institutional buyers? Well, yeah, they're not all going to get it at the same price. It's not a fucking stable coin. It might seem like it, but it's not. Good God. Okay, let's get done with this Crappy filing. At the end of Fox's calculation, she does not state that this amount constitutes pecuniary harm, declaring that it only shows how much less institutional buyers in the aggregate would have paid for XRP. Yeah, it's all this shoulda, coulda, woulda bullshit, of course. Paid for XRP if the price offered institutional buyers had been obtained by every institutional buyer. Indeed, whether an amount constituted pecuniary harm is a legal determination to be made by the court, not the subject of summary or expert testimony. And then, I think we have the final one down here, then offers the calculations SEC counsel instructed Fox to do so as an aid to the court in making that pecuniary harm determination. So it's again, they're going after the fact of like, oh, well, you know, these guys, they paid 21 cents per XRP, and then these guys, you sold it to them for 18 cents XRP. So actually, really, you're a piece of shit. It's like, these guys just won't give it up. You lost. You literally lost. And they're going to the childish shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff. When the reality is, the legitimate reality is the 41 institutional buyers, because there's a lot of institutional interest around XRP. The 41 buyers, all of them made money on their XRP purchases. So how are you protecting investors here? Oh, technically they could have lost money. Shut the fuck up. No one lost money. You know who did lose money? Yeah, the XRP community, when you sued us and your insiders fucking shorted the coin and sent it down 80% in 3 days. Good God, I can't wait for these motherfuckers to get indicted. Anyways. Ripple has unsuccessfully raised the same argument before. Really? Because that sounds like what the SEC's been doing. Unsuccessfully raising the same arguments. These guys are so stupid. Ripple neglects to advise the court that Judge Torres, on a comparable accountant's declaration, disregarded the same objections Ripple raises now. In responding to the SEC's motion for summary judgment, Ripple argued that the summary witness declaration submitted by SEC staff accountant Christopher Ferrante, God, let's look into how many connections he has to Ethereum, should be excluded as, quote, improper expert testimony that was not properly disclosed. Okay. Rather than sustaining Ripple's objection, Judge Torres credited the declaration, relying on various statements of fact, which the SEC solely supported with the Ferrante declaration. The Ferrante declaration, like the Fox declaration, describes Ferrante's review and understanding of Ripple's financial statements and records that he used to create summary charts to make calculations. As Judge Torres did at summary judgment, the court here should overrule Ripple's objection to the Fox declaration. Oh, what? You mean like when the SEC got overruled like multiple times? Yeah. I remember back in the day when Torres was asking SEC to produce, I believe maybe it was the Hinman emails. It was all these emails that I think Ripple and the courts were really going after, and Judge Torres was asking the SEC for it, and the SEC said no, and they objected, and then Judge Torres literally overruled the SEC objection and forced them to deliver those documents. So it's kind of funny how they talk about, oh God, these guys. It's like, I swear to God, just give up. You lost. It's over. Move on to the Ethereum case, because you're going to need a lot of resources over there to dive into that entire cesspool of an iceberg of all the collusion that's happened over on that network. Good God. Okay, there's no violation of federal rules of civil procedure here. Oh yeah, like when the SEC was contacting Ripple overseas partners that they had no business contacting. Oh, like that? Are you talking about that? Anyways, this last part. Okay, requires disclosure. Any witness a party may use at trial to present evidence. Requires disclosure of each individual likely to have discoverable information. Fox falls under neither category, as she is not providing expert testimony or trial testimony, and she does not, as a witness summarizing Ripple's financial records, have discoverable information. She has no first-hand knowledge of the facts at issue. Nevertheless, as detailed above, the SEC told Ripple about the possibility of using a summary witness for Remedy's briefing. The course Remedy's discovery order did not require disclosure of summary witness before Remedy's briefing. Thus, the SEC did not violate any rule and order by submitting a summary witness declaration. Nor did Ripple bother inquiring via the Remedy's phase. Discovered jointly requested any information about the SEC's use of the potential summary witness. Reference in parties' joint letter. Ripple can claim no surprise or prejudice here. Yeah, funny. Good one. Anyways, guys, that is the latest filing today. I don't know if it's kind of a nothing burger or anything, but you guys understand we are at the very tail end of this thing. And good God, I am just hoping the Ethereum lawsuit is just such a heavy, heavy burden on them that they just honestly focus all the resources over there, because they've already lost this case. But final mile, pending litigation. Let's get this over with. Move on. Let XRP get to all-time highs. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed my scuffed legal analysis with no bar card. But I'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace.